Okay, champions, you have a lot you can run with already. You know how to open up files, you know how to select separate elements, you know how to copy them to a new layer. You've gained familiarity with the layer palette. You've learned how to adjust the colors, you learned how to transform and rotate images, and you've learned how to get on text. That alone um, will massively equip you to move forward. That annoying pop up, got rid of that. To move forward with comping images. But there are some other nuances I want to show you right now. We're going to look at opacities. So let's open. Remember, you can go File, Open. I'm going to hit Command O, and we're going to open up this Thanos Marvel feature JPEG. All right, there's the big baddie. What I'd like us to do is double click on this layer palette where it says background and type in Thanos. Bring me Thanos. Okay. I'll go back to the older way. Window, Arrange, Float All in Windows. We get our two documents. I'm going to go to the Move tool, and let's drag Thanos into this document. All right. Not only is he overpowering in stature, his image is very bold and it's blocking out a lot of things. I want to move him to the center here. And what I'm going to do is hold down the rectangular marquee tool, change it to an elliptical marquee tool, and I'm going to drag an ellipse over Thanos. Now here's an interesting thing. If I click and drag, I'm using a trackpad, you might be using a mouse. If I click and drag and don't unclick but hit the space bar, I can move this selection around, right? If I add the shift key, it turns into a perfect circle, right? So I got like thumbs, index fingers, and pinkies going here. That's the shift key, the space bar, and I'm holding down the trackpad. If I let go of the shift key, I can go back to an ellipse. If I let go of the space bar, it locks into place, and I have something like this. I want you to select something like this. And what we're going to do is select modify feather. Let's use a higher number. Let's use like let's go with 32. 32. Higher meaning higher than 1 or 2. I'm gonna, while I'm still on the selection tool, move this down a little bit, something like this, and I'm gonna hit Command J. Command J. That's a new layer from selection. I'm gonna go back to the Move tool, and remember, this eyeball will let you hide a layer. We've actually copied Thanos here. This is Thanos. I'm gonna double click on this, call it Thanos Opacity. Just wanted to get that word in your mind. And this is the regular Thanos. If we hit the eyeball here, we hide that one and we see our ghosty Thanos, right? It's a very soft edge. Click back on Thanos Opacity. We're still on the Move tool. I'm going to move him up here into this corner. I'd like to move him behind Thor. Right? So he's back there. This highlight's a bit strong here. What we want to do is, sorry, opacity is how visible the layer is. What I want to do is make it less visible by hitting this slider and bringing Thanos down. So it's just a suggestion in the background, just a plot lurking, ready to emerge from the depths to impact our heroes, right? So that is opacity. You can also later on get into these other tricks. Let me slide this up. We have blending modes. Right now our blending mode is at normal. You can click through and see different effects. Okay. That's an interesting one, the color dodge on this one. With different colors in the background, you're going to get different vibes and feelings here. Whoa, look like he's using the, see, snapping right there is what it feels like. Okay, but I'm just going to stick with normal and bring my opacity down, let's say about halfway, 50. Bring it back up. 60 is pretty good. All right. Now make sure you're saving along the way. I keep hitting Command S all the time. Command S is the same as File, Save. Right? It's blanked out because I save all the time, as should you. All right. So that's opacity and blending modes.